Hey, we're back in Elite Dangerous. Ah, a little bit of fun to talk about the changes in the game front of the development I've doing with respect to balancing all the different aspects of the games you can play so that financially they make the same of funds and stuff. We'll talk about that and fundamentally ask the question what we're going to do whilst for Odyssey. Seems to be a prudent thing to ask. So, first thing first, well, we're obviously out in the black, bit of exploring. I enjoyed the round trip from, as everybody would know that's seen ending on this channel, through Sagittarius A, Colonia, back again. And I got to the Eagle Nebula, and then the news came out that Frontier were going to be balancing the game content. And the first thing they were going to affect was mining. So I'd mined a fair percentage and tonnage of K-Night whilst out in the black, and was concerned that that was going to be extremely badly nerfed. So we decided to return to the bubble, and that's what we did. And we've been in, we've changed the carrier setup a little bit. We updated the whole trip on EDSM, and I'll include the links to that when I'm finished. For the trip out, which I streamed pretty much all of, and some of the different voyages round about, and made it all public because we finished tinkering with it. And we decided, well, what we're going to do in the meantime. And one of the things that we've noticed Frontier obviously has changed is community goals have come back in, and we've been participating in that since we got back. We've also been utilising our time away to try and get things like prismatic seals and other power play modules, which we wait 4 weeks to do. So prismatics was the first one I did, and this week I'm due to defect from current faction I'm in, after picking up my wages obviously, and probably go for something like mining lances, something else quite good for out in the black. And this week's big news was that a couple of the main powers had decided they were going to build more capital class ships. And the burning question is why. Obviously there's some real problems coming to the galaxy since this Galnet's come back into 4, which is really good for everybody who plays the game. And we wonder if this could potentially have consequences for the player base, Federation and Empire are building capital ships. Who's actually going to fly them? Could it be a different type of fleet carrier? Many questions. So I've got some things I need to pick up before I start going anywhere else. And obviously these two things are here. Of the community goals was done last week. I'll go and do it just now. And I've got my wages from Alcyon Developed to pick up because I got prismatic shields not last week but the week before, but my wages have finally come in. So first place we're going to go is where the community goal for the Federation was. That'll be our first protocol. And that is, according to this system here, in Paratus. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Now, I didn't do this long, but you can see that there was a fair number of commanders, over 7,000 people to this. Some of them must have put an absolute ton of materials in here. And I noticed when I was doing it that I was making roughly about 5 million profit for each load that I took in and dropped off at this station. And at that time my cutter was configured for about 720 tons. So, and I got in the top 75. So that's pretty much seen. I'm hoping my carrier upkeep for the week has been covered. So that's the first place we're going to go. Not too far away. I'm now in a much faster ship. memory serves me right, this is it. Why don't they keep a community goal that's still needing to be handed in with an icon on it so it's easier for you to find? Maybe they figure we're going to be still there when we go pick it up. When we get into this system, you'll notice an absolute abundance of carriers. And it's obviously people who've been using them to maybe not speed up the process of completing the community guild, but certainly making it an awful lot easier by virtue of they can start their carrier up and go to somewhere close to it and then hand it in with a much shorter run. So maybe it is speeding it up. But they still have to do the same number of runs picking up the goods and dropping it off as they have to do. In fact, they need to do more because then they're going to the carrier and then bringing it out the carrier. But they save a long journey from the source to pick it up back to where they're dropping it off. So in the long run, I think it works out pretty well. And doing this community goal for me wasn't too onerous. Maybe a couple of sessions play, and I get in the top 75%. And I was hoping to get there. Higher would have been nicer, obviously, for funds, but you know, if I'd have been in the top 100%, I'd have been happy with that. It's a big drop between the two of them. But them systems, I'm not very scared. How many jumps have we got? Oh, I've only 4 to go. So I was discussing using carriers for community goals with a friend, and you know, it's one of the things a lot of people may think is unfair to people who don't have carriers, and it's obviously something carrier owners are going to point out. Well, we've put the finances in the carrier for a reason, so shouldn't it give us an advantage? And it's a question there's no right answer to, I guess. But clearly, the introduction of carriers has changed the gameplay for a lot of people in more ways than I think even the developers could imagine. What was it they said during the introduction videos they did? They're really looking forward to see what people do with these things. I wonder if they've been left speechless or disappointed. Guess we'll maybe find out in the next Dev Diary when they're going to be talking about Odyssey, which is meant to be this month, is it? Sometime this month. What else has been happening? So obviously mining. I mean, I've went on and on and on about mining over the last couple of streams. I don't want to, you know, go over the topic again, but mining's had a bit of a nerf financially, and this is all part of the master plan to balance activities in the game so that they're equally profitable for time invested playing Elite Dangerous, which on the face of it seems like a pretty good idea. As an explorer, I'm obviously excited about that from an exploration point of view. Especially, I'll probably go out in the black again and do a little bit more exploring. It'll be quite nice to see what kind of profits can be got. But that's a while away. Mining they've already tinkered with, they've fiddled with the numbers. P-Night's taken a little bit of a hit, but it can still sell pretty well, but not as high as it did. What the figures are for the reduction, quite a few of the long known streamers have done, commented on, have probably worked out to the nth degree, so I won't do that here. Nice to say that it's not making as much as it was, but it's still something you can do in the game. Make a bit of money. And the one that's probably raised the eyebrows just now, it's been tested by a few people, is combat. I'm making profits for combat far better. Although they may be potentially too high now. What's been reported on the screen isn't what's been given. It's been reported less. And I haven't tested combat since that change myself. I'll maybe do that today if I go get one of my bigger ships and go around killing stuff, but maybe not. Just the lights flickering in the house. I hope that's no sign of lightning. So this community goal was actually completed sometime during the evening of, well, the early morning yesterday. Could have handed this in then, but I was occupied in other avenues, so I never got a chance to do it. But we'll dock at this station and we'll have a look at this system, because honestly it was full of carriers. I couldn't bring my carrier here. I had to take it to one of the close by systems, and actually quite a few of the close by systems were filled with carriers as well, so they've definitely got advantages using carriers for community goals, there's no doubt about it. But I guess that's the point. So many times I was interdicted in the way here last week. I think it was building fabricators I was delivering. I don't know if any other items were more profitable, but I just stuck with them. So it's quite pleasant not to get interdicted in the way back. One of the things I did on the carrier was I fitted the redemption office and removed the shipyard. The shipyard is way too expensive to run for a long time unless you're specifically needing, you know, friends for multiple ships for whatever reason. Just doesn't make any sense, I don't think, for an owner to keep one of them unless they're absolutely in the multi-billions of pounds? Credits, sorry. Millions of credits, and it's not an issue. It's not that the upkeep's hard to achieve, it's just you have a little bit of break for the game, it's going to cost you in the long run. Last week, week before last, there was a space station on fire. It was quite good. There was some missions in there requiring you to go and rescue people. I spent a bit of money building a rescue anaconda on my other account, and it was quite repetitive, but also really good for Federation rank, which I need on the other account. I don't need it on this one. Okay, we're down. Let's get some fuel. So before we have a look in there, let's have a look at this system, because I mean, this is just crazy. Look at this. Carriers everywhere. I would imagine every 1, 12, 13, 14 there. $16 I think is the maximum. So everything that can be orbited is being orbited pretty much to max. There's obviously some people left, but this system was you just couldn't get in here at all. So we want to go here and we want to hand in and complete the community goal, which we do here. Oh no, we don't. Which we do here. Community goals. There we go. 10 million credits, and I also probably made about that much, I would think, with maybe a wee bit more with what I brought to complete it. So that one was finished. That one reached tier 5, and there'll be some benefits to this carrier. There'll be extra stocks and all sorts of other stuff, which is grand. So the other thing I want to check is I've obviously got a power play hand in for the superpower. If I get killed before I pick that up, I would lose that. So I don't want to lose that. I want to make sure I get that. So we get that. So the power play factions. The whole point of me joining that faction was for one thing, and anybody who's played the game knows it's for prismatic shields. Now I didn't do power play last week. I wasn't on the game as much last week. I'm just waiting for this to go. So if I look at my stored modules, in amongst all the drivel that I've picked up, at the bottom I've got all these prismatic shields. Now I had to buy them when I had the right rating to get them. So they're ready to go and ready to get engineered. But I haven't engineered them yet because I didn't have the materials. So I spent a bit of time farming the materials. I've not done them all because that's going to take a little bit of time. But I have done a fair bit of the data gathering, which you can see here. Don't know if there's a data trader close by, but I've got some I've still got to get, and I've still to work on the raw, and I've still to work on the manufacture. That's for another day. So I'll get them prismatic shields all ready and engineered, fitted, and I'll not need to worry about them again. And I've obviously picked up 500,000 credits. So that comes for here. This is the one I'm pledged with. And I was rated 3 as I had gathered 750,000 merits 2 weeks ago. Last week I never got any real money because I hadn't done any power play because I was out in the black. And this week I've picked up the pay for that. Next week I'm going to get this one because I'm still above the 100 merits. If I find another 5, I would get another week because it would be I'd be 200 and I'd drop down to 100. But for 50,000 credits, not a priority to do so. But this faction here I'll be done with because there's nothing else I want them. And the next one I'm probably going to do is going to be this one here, because they have the mining lasers, and again I need to do another 750 merits. But I need to wait 4 weeks before I can do that, so that will not be happening anytime soon. And I'm not going to defect or leave the power just now because I'll get hunted down. I'll wait till still get hunted down when you're out in the black, but I'll wait till I've got a bit of time to pass by before I do that. So the next thing we want to do is we want to go and pick up the Imperial community goal. Because yeah, I'm one of these nasty guys that, no, just purely a mercenary. Now this one didn't get to tier 5. This one got to tier 4. And there was 5,200 contributors. Now yesterday there was only about 4,000 contributors, just over. There's been a little bit of a rush at the end, but it's not made it in time, because the last I looked was maybe 2 hours to go. I think that was just before I went to bed, so there's another 8 million there, so that's been okay for not a great deal of effort really. See, the tonnage between the two of them was not exactly the same, but fairly similar. So I want to go there. Again, no icon to tell me where I'm going. Not help. And look at this. Carriers everywhere. Oh, what system was it again? This one, I think? Yeah. This one. I mean, oh. This is just insane. It's insane. I think I've had orange sidewinder bug a few times when I've been trying to jump into systems with carriers and stuff, but not too much. It's been relatively stable, I think. Not a lot of other people have had complaints, but not so bad for me. What I'd transferred to my taxi craft, but I actually hadn't. Oh. Busted into the toaster right there. That was clever. Not.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, 2 stars. Yeah. It's getting hard in here. Get a sink out. Yep. Always fun jumping into a system like that.
Heat sink deployed. Frameshift drive charging.
It's just so good to having a big fuel scoop on a ship. very rarely do I
Drive charging.
look at my fuel now, because I tend to set my flight so that every star I jump is capable, but it'd be quite a dangerous thing to do if you get a lot of unfortunate stars you can't scoop and don't notice. When I was carrying the cargo, I'd forgot to fit the fuel scoop, and well, close a couple of times. So I rechanged it so my cargo capacity was a little bit less. Because the beauty with the carriers is you don't need a huge jump range. You can sometimes jump the carrier into the system it's in. Most of the time you can jump it to an adjacent one, which is easy for the fuel you've got on board.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
2 jumps to go. This is a cutter I'm on, and its light year range is insane. And it's not really rigged for exploration in high jump range.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Oh. With Frontier messing about with the inner game workings, different aspects of it, it's put myself at a bit of a quandary about what to do until Odyssey comes out. Although I'm quite relieved I don't need to mine. I was absolutely sick of mining tritium and latterly painite out in the black, so it'd be quite good to be able to make cash for upkeep without having to mine constantly. Maybe focus a little bit more on exploration itself, and do exploration from an exploration point of view. Maybe this system's at war. Something going on. Conflict, yeah. So there should be cheap modules, I think, in these systems. I think that was one of the community goals. Well, I don't rightly remember what the. Have a look at the transactions tabs when I dock.
X-ray Tango Alpha. Thank you for choosing this Imperial station.
That's a fairly breathtaking world, eh?
Permission has been approved. You may now proceed to landing pad 02.
Landing pad 02. Green light should be on the right. And the red light should be on the left. Who's down here? Oh, stuck in the toaster rack. It's too early in the morning. Okay, let's go.
Landing gear deployed.
So we can get a repair and restock because I've been crashing into things.
Initiate shutdown zone.
Speeding inside the docking bay puts
So
live.
it's not actually telling us what the...
We thank
There was bonuses. Oh, it has increased to 20% off adding projectile weapons. So this system probably didn't sell projectile weapons, but now it does. And we're getting a reduction on stuff for a while, so... Yeah, that's I quite like that addition to the community goals. They're giving us extra rewards, which is cool.
We would like to remind stationary vessels are not permitted in this.
So this one is only 8 million, but we'll take it. So, because I was out in the black as well for so long, one of the things that I hadn't kept up to speed with or really bothered about too much was the status of the galactic powers. And I got back to the bubble, and what I noticed was the reputation and rank up missions for the Empire were still needing to be done. I'd still had 2 ranks to go at the time when I come back. And I landed at a station, and it was the first Prince upgrade mission I'd actually seen. So I was completely unsure how far through that rank I was. I knew I had done some Empire stuff since grinding it out for the cutter, but I didn't know. And it turns out when I handed it in, I was another 3% to go to get the king up, get the final rank up in the Empire. So that's something else that I want to do, because I'm already an admiral in the Federation. So that'll be something that'll be ticked off the to-do list as well. And yeah, the community goals that's been added have been really good. Galnet's been fairly busy since the changes to the game, something that they promised. And you really need to read this stuff because there's obviously stuff going on in the galaxy. So this was the one which the community goal was for this week, and that was announced, the end of that last month. This is ominous. This is really ominous for the galaxy. Something's coming, big style, and what it is we don't know. But this building all these extra starships is obviously something's going to happen. And this one is sorry. This one here is a little hint about the fact that bounties have increased, even though it's telling you they haven't, and on your screen. That was a couple of days ago. There's definitely stuff going on in the galaxy, which is good because it makes it feel more involved, and that's how much Galnet has been, more than a long while. So look forward to the next one because that's keeping us all occupied, and I'm really looking for a couple of missions that would be easy to do to get my Empire rank up. Get the next rank. Something for another time.
We must inform pilots.
So yeah, so I've cleared the decks. I don't have anything outstanding. Don't have anything that I'm going to lose if I die doing something crazy. I might land in a high G world or whatever. So I'm going to head back to the carrier, I think. Get my little exploration ship, I think, for the next bit of the plan of stuff to do before Odyssey comes out. Look at this. Why don't they give us folders? It would be so good to get these organised in little folders. So that engineers, yeah, there they are. Oh my god. Back to the carrier. Here. The green light to the right hand side. Hey, they're a nice view. Away for the station now. They look really good when they're on fire. Okay. Better pictures.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we have, what have we got? 5 jumps to get back to the carrier. So. Oh. Oh. So obviously the the changes that Frontier are making to the game, it gives us something to look at and see if it's different. And obviously at the moment bounty hunting's quite profitable because the rewards are being increased a fair bit. I've heard reports saying that sometimes they're 6 times as great as they were. It's pretty good.
Frameshift drive charging.
But one of the, obviously I had my own list of things I wanted to do. And one of them was finishing the engineers introduced during Horizons and Beyond. And I've got one to do And the last one I've got to do is out in the Witch Head Nebula, who I believe is a clone very similar to Professor Palin. Why they've put an engineer there is interesting. And obviously there's new stations in Coalsack after recent changes, so there is definitely stuff happening.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we'll maybe go tonight to go and get the requirements for that engineer. Tonight, this morning, oh my god. Go this morning to go get the what's required for that engineer. Which used to be meta alloys, Professor Palin, but now it's Thargoid sensor fragments. And we're going to go to a crash site that I haven't been to before.
Fuel scooping.
Would fly into the star, that would be bad.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Never been to this one before either.
System scan complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Fuel scooping.
There's the carrier. Over here.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oof. Oh, I thought we were going to get an orange. I thought we were going to get an orange sidewinder there. That would have been funny. Not going to make this, am I? Well, that was fortunate. That was more that was more good luck than judgment, to be honest. Anyway, we're here. So the reason I thought it was in my travelling ship was because I forgot that I had put some fuel in the carrier, and obviously used this one to do it. So we will get one of our exploration ships. That would work. That would also work. And we'll go with that. We'll go with this one. I've got another Diamondback Explorer with 75 light year range on my other guy. So where we're going to go is somewhere to get the sensor fragments, and it's a wee bit out the way from where we are, and I've never been before, as you can see. I've not scanned it. And we need 25 of these things, and they're usually just lying around. 7 jumps is not far. This used to be a fair old distance back before engineers and ships weren't as long range as they are now. And the reason for this is obviously the last engineer that I need to finish, which is that one there. All the others, as you can see, are done. However, Odyssey is meant to be introducing something called careers, which, what is that all about? We'll find out. So I was wanting to finish this before that new content arrived, and you know, this is the last one that I've got to do. I was going to jump the carrier here, but I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to use the tritium.
Frameshift drive charging.
It was one of the things I had planned in the voyage to do on the way back, after I had you know, set the carrier up as it is just now. But unfortunately, that voyage was called to a premature end because of the day night, as I mentioned earlier on. So I've still got some places to go that I haven't been. I had planned to go to, and I might do some streams of them.
Fuel scoping.
One of the ones again I'd already done it on my other character was Guardian sites.
Fuel scope disengaged.
Although I did discover I had some Guardian modules and blueprints already farmed on this guy, which I'd forgotten about. I thought I'd only done the FSD booster, but apparently I had done some other ones.
Frameshift drive charging.
Just goes to show you, you don't remember some of the things you've done from one day to the next in this game. So yeah, the community goals have been a good addition. I'd like to praise Frontier for that. I'm glad they brought the Gallinate back to introduce it all. The one with the space station that had been damaged, I never noticed the community goal till really late on, and built as I said, a rescue conda. So, and I think I took some footage of that, but not had a chance to do anything with it. But that was quite fun. I had done the rescue stuff, flying into on fire space stations before, so pretty good thing to do. It's a good thing for people to learn. I'd never fitted a docking computer or any of that stuff to my ships, but I did see the benefit of using them for doing lots of delivery missions. But the stations that's on fire, all their controls are all not working, so you can't Can't dock using the docking computer, and there's also some stuff lying about. I think inside these stations you can actually fly in and try and pick some of that stuff up. I never did that, so but it may be something to do in the future. I would wonder if the collection limpets would work in there. Might have been fun to try. But yes, staying in a station that's on fire with your cargo bay doors open whilst you're trying to pick stuff up was quite a risky endeavour to me. I should be scanning all of this stuff, but I'm not going to stop and do that.
Frameshift drive charging.
With one unscoopable star and I'm down to half fuel. I need to get some fuel. Do that at this one. So the reason I picked this alien crash site is because I've been to a different one before. And when I looked on the map, obviously I still had the system, but I didn't have any details for specific planets because I hadn't mapped them. Because mapping wasn't a thing at the time I went. So this is completely fresh, this one. This one I've not been to, I've not mapped, I've not seen anything to do with this one. Don't make that line disappear or I'll be ramming into the stars.
Temperature critical. Heat sink deployed.
Enough.
Fuel sink disengaged.
More at the next one.
Frameshift drive charging.
I need to sort the build out for this ship as well because, as I said, I've got a Diamondback Explorer on the alt account, which is a greater range and just engineered better overall. So I have to fix this one because it gets a little bit frustrating going from one account to the other, and the ships are slightly different. That one would have scooped like that, so. I managed to resist the urge to get another Elite Dangerous count when Epic were giving it away free with their launcher. Who's enough? I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of people who did get it though, and maybe start to enjoy the benefits of having a double account. And the frustrations that can be doing it all again. 2 jumps to go.
Drive charging.
Here we are.
Warning. Temperature critical.
So this is a known. This is a known alien crash site. It's been reported on the web for a while. It's just I've never been to it before. I don't know if this one was discovered first or if another one was discovered first. There may be some form of beacon here now. Find out when I get there. But I have to scan the system. nice big A-class star by the looks of things. We'll need to check. It's white though. Oh, there's a carrier here. Is that a carrier? Yeah. Cool protector. Okay.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
There's a fair chance that it's that carrier's round where I'm going. But I don't know, so some scanning. Oh, we have Thargoids here. Thargoids are here. Uh-oh. It's a little bit of Thargoid hunting. Oh, don't have enough skill for that one yet. I think that's a bit of practice to do that. And that there. That's the little Thargoids. You don't need Thargoid weapons to fight them. It's just an absolute nightmare to chase down. Oh, something here. A lot of stuff round about this shit. Oh. This is all aliens. Signal sources, maybe. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, lots of Thargoids here. Ooh, a 9. Oh, I don't know what that is. That's bad. I don't know what a 9 is. I would say that's a big ship. Ah yeah, of course there's one behind the star. That's par for the course, that. A4A, so where's A4? Yeah. I need to get away from the star so that I can get that one behind. That's probably the only thing I need to look at. A4. Thank you. An HP. Not had that. Something missing. Too far. Maybe went too far. Yeah. Aha.
System scan complete.
Okay, that was the last one. So we have to look at this system now. Because one of them has got, oh, 1, 2, 3. So there's quite a few carriers here. There's quite a lot of them around here. And there's only a couple of landable planets, so let's hope it's not that one. There is geologicals though, but it's not what we're looking for. This one. So it's got a Thargoid signal, 5 human signals, and biological. This is where we want to go. E4A. The first time I did this it was all done by latitude and longitude, so somebody had found it and posted it on a forum or something. It wasn't markers on the planets like there is now. You had to get into the orbit and then get a latitude and longitude lined up and then kind of follow it down. But now it's a lot more straightforward because lots of Thargoids here. Yeah, it's a lot more straightforward because normally you get a signal telling you, you know, such and such an object is here or whatever. But obviously to do that I need to map it first. So once my little scanner says there we go, too fast, slow down. There are definitely carriers here. Capital dump, really? Crash a lot. What's this? It's a point of interest. We'll dip into that, but first of all, line up for that and we'll go and map this. Now how big is it? I don't know. 6 probes.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
There we go. So let's have a look. Because we should have... Oh, are we... Crashed vessel discovered is the one I'm looking at. Biologicals, okay. Don't actually see where the crashed vessel is at the moment. I do see biological signals. Now this here is going to tell us stuff. So this is a codex list that they've put in. Tourist beacon, yeah. I mean, this place is filled with Thargoids and alien signals, but yeah, it's a good place for a tourist spot. What is it saying? Crashed vessel discovered. More adventurous tourists, there you go. Who said it? And that looks cool. Right, so we're going to land in this thing.
Frameshift drive charging.
Getting mass locked by some of the other ships. There we go. See? Just like that. Never used to be that easy. But that there will be sort of carrier. Here we go down.
Flight engaged.
Came to one of these before one time. Got to fit the SRV. That was annoying. Get that. That's been one hell of an impact hit there. Too circular and rim like that. Closer. 80 we're at, running about 1600. That's fine. We've put this one right at the bottom of a crater, so I wonder if that created the crater. Some damaged real, human starships here. What's that? T10 over there. They're scanning me. Bits of broken ships and whatnot.
Landing gear deployed.
Hey, that model moved. There's the Thargoid noise. That. But, I'm delighted because it's the first time I've actually been to one of these places in the daylight. Usually you end up hearing it's pitch black. So. Crashed ships. There's the beast there. Thargoid. An anaconda. Crashed. So yeah, to see it in the daytime was cool. It'd be marvellous to be the first punter to see actually one of these things. Don't appreciate the scale really until you're driving in amongst it. That's what we're going to do now.
Drive assist on. Low gravity warning.
So in Odyssey, I wonder if we'll be able to go out and scavenge for these ships or get in them, interact with them, steal bits off them, get information out of them. I mean, that one's had a heavy impact. There's quite a bit of it's under the ground, so that might be quite cool to do that. I would like that. I would like that. I think that would be good. the rubble here. So much rubble. So there's what we're looking for. Them things.
Cargo scoop deployed.
And we just pick them up here. And we want 25 of them. Now, back to the ship, because getting ate up with these things. So the engineer needed something else. Wow. These are eating my ship, so maybe I need to... The engineer needs sensor fragments. What have I got? Yeah, so I need to drop these. Remember what I need to do now. Because they're eating my ship. Okay, got two. I've got two of them in a decent spot now. A bit of cowboy diplomacy here.
Target destroyed.
Right. So, them little bits that's rolling down the hill, they're what I need. I've got two already. Open up, get in.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Missed it. Come back. Come on. Come on. Oh. Missed the other ones.
Target destroyed.
Sensor fragment. Down we go. Yeah, I need to shoot some more of them. I don't remember if that's what we did, but I remember meta alloys to get to barnacles. Different now. Sometimes you just find the sensor fragments lying about. Too hard to hit here. Up in my ship. Down we go. rolling down the hill. Come back. Where are you going? Come back here, bugger thing.
Target destroyed.
I feel like there's 3 of them there. Where are you going? Come back here. Nothing else here, is there? Here we go. Over there. Something. Algae, no, don't want that. Really alien-y looking thing. A bit of a set too though. Only thing that's here, I haven't seen anything else. Sometimes you just get them lying around. And it's not to be today. T10, is it? Back. Narcotics. They wouldn't be stolen, but they would still be probably not allowed in some systems. Oh yeah, that's a winner. Got some beer. We're okay now. Everything's good. Sensor fragments. They would be under... Would they be under? Manufactured? Data? Not data. Materials, surely. Must be manufactured. Sensor fragments. I need another 14. 14 more required. So that means we have to log in and out again to reset it. Fine. The realism of a set. Oh, that's good graphics. Hey, look at that. Yeah, that was good. Right, where am I? Where's the ship? Yeah, so we need to find some more of them and shoot them. Another 14 I need. There's one just lying there, sensor fragment.
Cargo scooped.
And there's another wee fella right beside it. There's the sensor. That's the one we need to shoot.
Target destroyed.
Where's it going? The wrong thing? Oh.
Target destroyed.
There's fragments there. Another one coming down the hill. Oh.
Target destroyed.
There's two there, look. What's more than two? Disappear. Back you. Yeah, we go. Four. Four we got. Probably a couple shots still. One of them just disappeared. Never seen that before. Oh, there's one there. Cool. Good. Okay, sensor fragment. Give me the right. So we've got 26. That's all we need. We just need 25 for the engineer. That's good. If we can board the ship, or if we lose our beer. A little bit of Thargoid beer never went wrong, I don't think. So if we look at this engineer now on the lists, top one, 25 units of sensor fragments, 26, so we're good to go. Now I'm pretty sure that used to be meta alloys that Alan needed, but I've obviously changed it since probably. Yeah, this is quite a scene. Thargoid vessel with some remnants of other ships round about it. So, I have to now go to the engineer, but that's a trip and a mission for another day. I will I'll call it a day here for now, with that thing in mind, and save you the journey back with me, back to the bubble and the carrier. Or will I go back and the vain hope of being high predicted? Should I do that? Oh, should I do that? Should I? Let's do it. We are what? An hour and a half in. Let's go back. So, go back to where we came from. I think it shows that it didn't take too long to do. Back to the carrier. Which you could jump, but it's 400 light years in. Nice little escape shot of us leaving. Oh no, it's covered. planet's obscuring where we need to go.
3, 2, 1.
That would be probably be expected, I would think. I'll be absolutely gobsmacked if I get back to the carrier without getting a hyperdex. I've nothing in my cargoes that I would think that they would want. I don't have anything that would anger them. Unless they want to steal my beer.
Frameshift drive charging.
7 jumps to go back to the carrier. Will we get hyperdicted?
3, 2, system scan complete.
I think I've been hyperdicted at least 5 times. I don't spend a lot of time out in the Pleiades, but and I've never had my streaming software running when it's happened. Never, not that I remember anyway. One time I managed to avoid it, and
Frameshift
they were
drive
chasing me.
charging.
Pretty cool.
Fuel scoping. Warning, temperature critical.
We'll give it one more jump to see if they come after us.
Heat sink deployed. Fuel smoke disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
No,
Fuel scoping.
we've sneaked in and we've sneaked away without anybody noticing.
Fuel smoke disengaged.
So 4 jumps to go and I'll be back to the carrier. I have to go to the engineer who's in the witch head, so I'll probably take the carrier there to meet. Yeah. I'll call it a day at this. and I hope anybody who watches this gets something from it. Elite Dangerous is obviously in a little period of change with everything going on in the game.
Frameshift drive charging.
Next thing I'll probably have a look at will be combat. I think people have been talking about that being quite profitable, so far be it for me not to give it a go. Wish everybody a good day, and I'll catch you on the next stream, whenever that happens to be.